Now we turn to our viewers' request for a review of China's influence in Sri Lanka. This can be seen as a textbook example of how the CCP influences many countries around the world. Sri Lanka is enduring its worst financial crisis since its independence. And some are accusing big lender China of using a debt trap to increase its own geopolitical power. NTD's Chenny Wu spoke with an expert to get his take.
Sri Lanka's 22 million people are in a dire situation.
We are presently undergoing a severe economic crisis that has profoundly impacted the lives of all Sri Lankans.
Sri Lanka ran out of foreign currency in April, leading to food shortages, power outages, and protests. And earlier this month, the country defaulted on its debt for the first time in its history. Sri Lanka now owes more than $50 billion to foreign creditors. Among them, China ranks number 3, accounting for around 10% of the debt. But according to China affairs analyst Tang, the Chinese regime has the greatest potential to take advantage of the situation.
It's through this kind of exchange. You owe me some debt. Then you have to hand over control of your important strategic assets.
Tang gave the example of the Hambantota port. Sri Lanka paid for its construction project with $1.1 billion in Chinese loans. It's part of China's Belt and Road Initiative, but the port failed to generate revenue. So when Sri Lanka couldn't pay back its loan, it had to hand over the port and 15,000 acres of land around it to China on a 99-year lease. But why is this significant on the global stage?
It's the geographical location of Sri Lanka. Many consider it to be a prime port of communication throughout South and Southeast Asia, including the Middle East and East Africa, and it's very important in the Indian Ocean. We know that if the Chinese Communist Party gains control of this port, it can build a base there, which could then directly exert political influence on Sri Lanka, and in many cases, even on neighboring countries.
Chinese officials say that Belt and Road projects are business ventures, not aid. Most lending is on commercial terms, and the details are often kept secret. The Chinese Foreign Ministry has said that Beijing is ready to play a positive role in easing Sri Lanka's debt burden. But according to Sri Lanka's Prime Minister, China didn't offer debt reductions, only more loans.
Behind the port strategy of the Belt and Road Initiative is the Chinese Communist Party's geopolitical ambition to expand overseas. That's its fundamental motivation.
Sri Lanka is now holding talks with the International Monetary Fund in hopes of financial relief. Chenny Wu, NTD News.